Chelsea playing fantastically well from the start of the game, and even after the Caicedo red card, still went 1-0 ahead and still retained competition and intensity throughout the game. I mean, obviously that was probably helped by it being at Stamford Bridge and being against Arsenal, but they kept that game going, and Arsenal at no point of that game did really lay siege to a 10-men Chelsea. So look, how do we transcribe that? In relation to the title race, Arsenal still 5 points clear at the top. Everybody's played the same amount of games, so it's a good position for Arsenal. But the title race is still very, very much open. I think people would look at it and maybe say Arsenal have missed an opportunity there. But I felt that Chelsea with 11 men may well have won it. I think you sometimes get a feeling for a game, and Chelsea just felt more intense than Arsenal. I don't know whether there's tiredness. Obviously Arsenal, missing a couple of players. But I don't think that you can argue with that result. I mean, I was thoroughly entertained throughout the game. As I said, it was great. Played with a lot of aggression, a lot of intensity. And I certainly think Chelsea gave Arsenal probably the hardest game of the season, would we say? Considering Caicedo was sent off quite early. I mean, Reece James was fantastic in the midfield for Chelsea, man of the match by a long way. And Arsenal just never really got into their flow. And look, they scored a legitimate goal. It's 1-1, and Chelsea scored a goal with 10 men, and they deserved that. But I think a draw was a right result. I think we could beat around the bush a little bit and say Arsenal should have won it, missed chances, but they didn't. Chelsea should have won it, but they didn't really deserve to win it. I think the draw was the right result. I think the context is the fact that Chelsea had 10 men. But I said this when Man United lost to Everton on Monday night. When Idrissa Gueye got sent off, I did get concerned because I was like, Everton were playing quite well at that moment and growing in confidence, which means they're going to play on the front foot, which means there's more space that we could hopefully exploit. When they go to 10 men, they become ultra compact and ultra competitive. And it's not always easy to break down 10 men. Now, Chelsea did play on the break very, very well, but they were still they weren't the same team when they went down to 10 men. They were very compact and obviously countered with a lot of intensity. So sometimes what I'm saying is, like, I'm sure a lot of people will say, oh, Arsenal couldn't beat 10 men. However, I don't feel like they were going to beat 11, and sometimes against 10 men, it's difficult. So if I was Arsenal, I would say Chelsea played fantastically well. They're at home, and a point at Stamford Bridge, we'll take that. Because you can't look at it and go, that was a missed opportunity in the sense that you didn't play well enough to win it. It might be a missed opportunity to play against 10 men, but it wasn't one that was taken. Arsenal just looked a little bit off it today.